everyone. Welcome to the Biobricker's Corner, where we step out on faith and defy the odds. My name is Joyce. This month of April, we've been treating different topics. We started with staying true to yourself, being consistent, fear, and today I want to talk on this journey called life. Life is full of ups and downs. It's crazy. We make mistakes here and there. One of the reasons why I started the Barrier Breakers Corner podcast was to have conversations that I wish I had had when I was younger. And I've had guests come on the show, and this is one of the questions I asked them. And they said they wish they'd had conversations about their career, with their parents, where the parents didn't have to choose for them their career, but rather they telling their parents what they want, because at the end of the day, that's what they're doing, right? And another saying how they wish they'd had knowledge of financial literacy, or one of them saying how she wished she knew to start her business whenever, that she didn't have to wait a certain age to start her business. And for me, it was mistakes. To know that mistakes are part of life, that you make mistakes, you fall, get up and keep going. The Bible says a righteous man falls 7 times and he rises up. Yeah, so whatever the case may be, knowing that this was part of life would have helped me better. That instead of trying to be perfect and being, trying to be right all the time, or making sure that I was doing the right thing and not making any mistakes at all, was not helping me. And so I've disappointed my parents a couple of times. For me to stand here is just by the grace of God. I don't even know how I'm doing it, but I wish I'd known that mistakes were just part of life. Yes, they'll break you, but they're there to make you. They're there to shape you and redirect your steps, or help you go in the right path. If you don't make any mistakes, how do you learn? How do we grow? How do you become a better person? And so instead of, even when I went to uni, trying to be this perfect person, going to school, just so focused on my school, and it's good to focus on your studies, right? But so focused on my studies, church, home, work, and there was nothing, I didn't even to go out for a party. I was scared of doing anything wrong, and I was just trying to be just this perfect kid so that I don't disappoint my parents. And that's not how it should have been. Yes, you want to be good. Yes, you want to be great. But being with the right people would help you go the right way. Trusting in God, having faith in God will always help you go the right way. The fact that you have faith in God, the fact that you're trusting in God, doesn't mean you're not going to make mistakes. Having faith in God doesn't mean that your path is going to be smooth. It just means that, when you make mistakes, you are a human being. You make mistakes. The Bible says that, he leaves the 99 to go for the one. So even when you make a mistake, or when you go wrong, or when you go astray, he's still going to bring you back, So us having this mentality that we're supposed to be perfect all the time, or trying to be right all the time, how do you learn? How do you grow? How do you become better? And so when people try to share their experiences with you, you become judgmental. That's why some people become judgmental, because they're like, oh my God, I would never do that. But you haven't walked in their shoe. Be careful not to judge another person in their own journey, because you don't know what might befall you. And also, the fact that someone is doing something differently from you doesn't make your wrong right, doesn't make your wrong any better. Sin is sin, doesn't make your sin any better. So just be careful not to judge people, or not to judge people in their journey. Some people just do not have the right people around them, and so they are always making these mistakes all the time. But if you rechannel yourself and have the right people around you, listening to the right stuff, it will always help you, and trying to reflect, like we've talked about in the previous weeks, be reflective. Always think about your day, where you went wrong, probably have an accountability partner or a mentor that you're talking to about things, just because you want to be better and do better. Mistakes are part of life. We've talked about this on I guess several of our podcasts. Go listen if you have not listened to any of our podcasts, the Biobricker's Corner podcast. But mistakes are just part of life. No matter what happens, no matter what you do, no matter how tough life is, whether it's your fault or, not your fault. Just get up and keep going. Just keep putting one foot after the other. I think I said this in the last videos that when you are doing something or whatever you want to achieve in life, it's not just about you, it's about the generations that are behind you. And even if it's one person that becomes better because of you, even if it's two people that becomes better because of you, you've done something, because those two people are going to bring other two people, and before you realize, a whole generation of people are moving on just because you made one move. So don't sit down. Don't feel like this life is hard. Don't feel like you've disappointed anybody. Yes, you've disappointed people, but don't sit down and think that, oh, because I disappointed them, I'm not going to do anything. I might as well just stay here so I don't make any mistakes. Mistakes are part of you. It's what helps you to become a better human being, no matter what you've done. And no matter how much sin you've committed, God still loves you. God is there for you. Just go back to him. He leaves the 99 to go for the one. So no matter what situation you may be in, keep trusting in God. Keep having faith in God. Me coming to stand here doesn't mean that I'm perfect. I still make mistakes all the time. I am still afraid all the time, but I check, what are the reasons why I'm afraid? Why do I want to stay here? Is it because of what people will say, like we've talked about in the previous videos? If you can write down the names of those people, then there's nobody. Just keep going. If yes, you have people on your list, try to find out or prioritize those people on your list and see the importance. Maybe it's your parents, and I said that's a different topic for another day that we'll probably treat. How can we negotiate, or how can we solve this issue when it comes to parents, especially for young people? But no matter what the mistake you've done, no matter the mistakes you've made in this life, don't let it stop you from achieving what God created you to do, what God created you to be. No matter what, get up and keep going. You can make it. It's hard, it's tough, but as you keep going, I don't want to say it might get easier, but you're going to learn, you're going to be better. And sometimes these things may come again. Like some of these struggles may come again, but then by that time, you know how to tackle them. And so you meet them, you meet them, or you face them head on. And so you're able to move forward, but also know that new levels, new devils. So there are so many things you're going to still learn up there, but you are going to get better at it. You're just going to get better and better, because if you're able to face those little demons, those little devils, when you get higher, you know that, what, this is another struggle. This is another thing that has come my way. I'm going to stand up and I'm going to face it head on, and I'm going to move on. And before you realize, you're breaking ceilings, you're breaking barriers, you're moving ahead, in directions that you never thought you would ever be in. You're moving into spaces and rooms that you never thought you would be. Don't settle. Don't sit down. Don't feel like you are bad or you are not good enough. You are great. You are amazing. You are loved. I always say this on Barrier Breakers Corner, that there are a lot of people that are dependent on you that you know or may not know of. Just keep striving forward. Your mistakes are part of you. They are part of your life. They are making you, they may break you, but they are helping you become better. Keep moving on and keep breaking barriers. Thank you guys for listening, for watching, wherever you are. I am so grateful for all of you that have been commenting and sharing and liking. I really do appreciate you guys. God bless you, and see you next time whenever I come back here. Bye.
Thank you for watching another episode of Barrier Breakers Corner. You can share your views on any of our platforms. Until our next episode, keep on breaking barriers.